Starfield is here, and we got early access to showcase the game on as many cloud platforms as we can. We recently released gameplay footage on the newest AirGPU tier in Amsterdam, the AMD W6800, and performance was good. But since only few people can access those machines, the question is, how does the game perform on the rest of AirGPU, specifically the AWS tiers and the RTX series? Make sure your shields are charged because we're about to take massive incoming fire. Now before we start, I suggest going to watch my latest video on my experience with Starfield on various cloud platforms. I talked about the W6800 tier and how I never had a problem with it. Maybe it was due to AMD hardware running the whole thing. Since the game is backed by AMD, that would make sense. I also said the A10G Tier ran well. I might have to take that one back, and I'll show you why later. First up, the NVIDIA T4 tier. Let me tell you this, if you play this game on this tier, make sure you choose the 8 CPU option. The balance is just right. Also play at 1080p, don't try to go any higher. Here's what the 4 CPU option looks like on the lowest settings with FSR2 on. It's terrible and blurry thanks to FSR. Look at these characters. I swear this woman is dead. Plus, her hat hasn't even loaded in yet. It looks terrible. The 8 CPU is a better choice. I was able to overtake this whole outpost and traverse planets with general ease. Granted, settings were still at low and at 1080p, but no skipping or game crashes. And yes, FPS is in the 30 to 40 range, but it is what it is. But if you do go the 4-core route, don't say I didn't warn you.
Mess around and find out.
On to the A10G tier, which is equivalent to an RTX 3080. This tier is 4K bound, so if you're looking to play at 4K, this would be it. Of course, you'll be paying for it. And yes, Windows Server does run the game. With this tier, I would recommend uncapping the FPS through the NVIDIA control panel and updating the GPU drivers. Please note that Starfield also has shaders, but they only take a minute or two. This goes for every tier. Now this tier is completely capable of running the game, but this game is terribly optimized. I set the graphics to medium and visuals are fine, but that's not the issue. As I mentioned in the Starfield experience video, higher end PCs have a skipping issue, as you can see here. We're thinking it's a problem loading textures for cloud SSDs, as one subscriber has mentioned. Whatever the issue is, this is a massive hindrance. I also had audio syncing problems. Just take a look at this.
Congratulations, runner. You have succeeded where most have failed.
Godzilla, anyone? And yes, the problems got worse as I went up to the 16-core tier. Again, the game is just terribly unoptimized. On to the RTX series. Now the thing about these machines is that they run the game okay. The problem is that these machines crash the game all the time, especially in ship combat. High settings, low settings, 4K, 1080p, it doesn't matter. I have tried every tier in this category and each have crashed multiple times. I got so sick of it, I shut these machines down and loaded up the new AMD Radeon Pro W6800 again and played the game on this machine just to avoid crashing. And again, this all makes sense why this would work because AMD is an exclusive partner for Starfield. Their cards seem like they work the best on Starfield, at least in this scenario. Too bad the AWS tiers lost the AMD V520s. This might have been a good tier for the game. Oh well. Overall, this game is a very mixed bag for all these tiers of AirGPU running Starfield. Seems like you might want to wait until Starfield has various updates and patches before playing the games on different tiers of AirGPU. I also noticed things work better for all tiers if VSync is enabled. Just my 2 cents. If you're looking to get set up, remember to use the link in the description to save 10% when you purchase AirGPU credit. You can also use code CGBattle on checkout. Let us know if you had any issues on the game on any of these platforms. If you like this overview of Starfield on all of AirGPU, give us a like. Also, make sure to join as a member of the channel or join our Patreon and Discord in the links below. And above all else, make sure to subscribe to keep it locked right here, at the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle. This is the Black Knight. If it's this bad for AirGPU, it's probably a no-go for launch on GeForce Now.